Aloha, all my race fans out there. I am your host, Eric Elkins. Welcome back to Backseat Broadcasting. We are here kicking off week 2 at Zandvoort and Apex this race league with the MX-5s. As always, welcome to your beautiful Sabbath. Hope everybody's having a good one out there as we approach the Christmas holiday and the New Year. We got some special announcements about those coming up as well. We're just wrapping up a little bit of practice. Sorry, I'm a little bit late out there today, but better late than never. You're going to take a quick peek at everybody's race times for a moment. And that is Craig Reed we're following along with, doing a 155.937. Only one in the 155s at the moment. 28 racers at the moment, putting down some laps for us here. Oh my gosh. The racing line is on. Oh my god, because I had it set up for Melissa. Perfect. This is the best thing that could possibly happen to me ever. Oh yes. Oh yes, for the Melissa. Which, by the way, I didn't know this, but you can do a whole lap at Lime Rock without braking. Braking is not necessary. She did not go anywhere near the second pedal. It was pretty amazing. All right, into the final minute of our race time here. And sorry about we're having a little technical difficulties, more growing pains as the software has decided to delete all of my settings. So these might seem a little out of whack right now with Tommy Regan here. This is a fantastic racetrack here. There's so many low speed turns, so many medium speed turns, tons of elevation change around here. It's going to just be perfect. And there's some skinny parts, wide parts. This track really has everything. Just take a look at it here. It is a beautiful racetrack. Back in the US of A, we are 79 degrees Fahrenheit out there and 90-degree track temperature. It's a 2.6 mile track, so a pretty decent chunk there. But it just has some wicked turns in there. Beautiful turn one. This here is Terry Swan. Who is a new member for us. He's Mo's John Muhammad, which I'm still probably messing up his first name. Sorry about that, buddy. Right along with John Spicer here. We're getting somewhere now. Might be able to just pop that bad boy up. There we go, and we have some driver info out there for you. Guess who? It's Dustin Burkhalter. Troy Banks out there working those tires on that outlap. Trying to scrape off all that new shine. And it's just a beautiful final corner. It's a long right-hander to spit you out onto the pit straights. Let's go on board with Craig here. 150, 100, just after the 100, he's braking. It's this nice long right-hander. It's almost like Suzuka, but not the double apex. This track's got a bit of everything. As you wind through here, the gear changes are very vital here too. I did a couple laps in the Miatas earlier, and some of these turns are not conducive to a car where you cannot change the gear stack. Craig really making this track as small as possible out there. And on the brakes, downshifting, he is not. He stays in fourth all the way around this right-hander. Back over to the right. He does downshift to third here, almost loses it in the grass, doesn't get the traction he needs. Then around this long left-hander. You never know when you can get on the throttle. That's Adam Baltutis first on the line. 156.4 is the time to beat. Tommy Regan does a 157.4. Terry Swan a 158.4, making it very easy for me. I want 159.4 by Richard Swindell. James Dean slots into sixth position. Dustin Burkhalter into third. And then down to the final turn here, we see Craig Ream rounding this long right-hander, just trying to scrub as little off your tires as possible. And he's really scrubbing these tires. I thought you might get a better swing if you gave all that traction to forward momentum. And I imagine there's going to be some slipstreams, and it's going to be just like Indianapolis with these things here. Craig Ream goes top overall. Douglas Doucette slots into third. Bjorn's into sixth, and Troy's into seventh. John Muhammad is into eighth place, just behind them. Eddie Lepes is into 10th. John Spicer's in 11th, pushing Richard Swindell's down to 12th, and James down to 13th. Mark Bray coming up last at the moment in 14th position. Wonder if Joseph Mayer's struggling to set a clean lap out there. Corey Mitchell slots into fourth with his first clean lap. Still need some times from Jimmy here. Mason Smotherman slots into 17th. Adam Baltutis goes even faster. He's almost into the 155s with a 156 flat pretty much. Terry Swan goes 11th. Tommy Regan up to 4th. And Bryce Carter's on the board as well. We got guys slotting in all over. Chase Gures in 10th. Just as I say that, he's pushed down. Eddie Lepes up to third position at the moment. Still need laps from Michael Johnson, Andres Garcia, Joseph Mayer, and Andrew Dirks, as well as Jimmy Goliar, who's out there. Michael Johnson does set a clean lap. It's good enough for third, relegating Eddie down to fourth. Joseph Mayer comes across the line, 14th fastest. Craig Ream doing a little bit better, but still needs to shave off a whopping 1,000th up to Adam. Very tight at the top of the grid. Valerie crosses the line in 22nd. Still need Andres Garcia to give us a lap time here. Same with Jimmy and Andrew, who is crossing the line now. He does get on the board. He goes 12th fastest. Federico Del Toro crosses the line. He's good enough for 8th. And Andres doesn't quite look like he has the grip around here. Corey slots into 3rd. Getting on that inside line for turn 1. I wonder how vital that will be. I'm not going to lie. Today was the first laps I ever did around this place, so I don't know it fantastically well, but it is a fantastic racetrack and really pushes the drivers. It should make for some fantastic racing. Mason Smotherman up to 20th position there. And Andres Garcia still not on the board. Not able to put in some good times. Vincent Wood up to 8th. Chase Gore pushes himself into 10th. Bryce Carter up to 19th with that last lap. A minute 30 to go. Not enough time to do an entire extra lap here. Ooh, and Craig Ream puts in a fantastic lap, put himself on pole. He's down into those 155s, and that's going to be it for his qualifying. Let's see if Adam's going to be able to do any better out there. The next driver is Corey Mitchell, and he's 6/10 down, and he is just 2 1,000ths ahead of Michael Johnson. Doing the maths, you know, the maths in the head. 40 seconds on the clock. Corey comes around this weird little corkscrew here, which can definitely throw drivers out. Sorry, this is Adam Baltudis. Federico Del Toro goes 10th fastest, or he goes faster. I don't know if he was able to push himself up at all. Corey Mitchell gives himself a little bit more breathing room for Michael Johnson. Adam Baltudis with 15 seconds on the clock. He's going to get across the line. See if he's going to be able to knock Craig off of top spot. But it was not to be, as that wasn't even a clean lap, I believe, for him. So that is it for our qualifying session. Let's check out that race grid at the moment. Of course it's off. We're gonna have some issues with the results this evening as well. Sorry about the off center. Here we have Craig Ream on pole position, just stolen away from Adam Baltudis, who lines up next to him. Corey Mitchell and Michael Johnson occupy the second row, followed by Eddie Lepise, Douglas Doucette, Tommy Regan, and Vincent Woods in 8th. Chase Gore is in 9th. Federico Del Toro makes out the top 10. Joseph Mayer follows them by Moaz John Mohammed. Bjorn Benches, Dustin Burkhalter, Andrew Dirks is in 15th, followed by Troy Banks, Terry Swan, Richard Swindells, Bryce Carter, and Mason Smothermans in 20th position. John Spicer, James Dean, Mark Bray, Valerie Asensio, and is that it? Oh no, we do have some more names out there. Andres Garcia not able to put a time down. Daniel Salmon, Andrew Rasmussen, Jimmy Goliar, who was in qualifying. Kent Kruger not out there, and Roman Bykov as well could join us for this race. There is your pole sitter. We're going to do a full pace lap out there. Get everybody up to speed. As always, let's do the formalities out of the way. Hit the thumbs down button, please, on my streams. Never subscribe. Make sure you hit the little bell an even number of times. Am I mistaken? I am mistaken. I believe we will be changing Thursday's race to a Wednesday race. So I believe we're going to do Tuesday and Wednesday back to back this week. But also go check the Facebook page or the ApexThis.racing website to check that out. We are not racing on Thursday, I'm pretty sure, because of the holiday. And we should be ready to go off here. And John Spicer missing that right side mirror already. That should be a hint of things to come. So many of these great, just slightly downhill braking zones here that I love. Such great track elevation here. Also just recently raced Oran Park. If you have not checked out that track yet, it is beautiful. So much fun. Such great racing out there. Fantastic infield section. As always, let's take a quick peek at that race schedule. We are currently at Zandvoort here in Holland before we head back to the States for our Texas race. We always got a Texas race next week, starting next Sunday. But this week we are kicking it off with the MX-5 here in the Netherlands. This should be a fantastic race with the MX-5s. It's always great stuff. We do have some racers in the pits who are ready to take off as soon as possible. I wish I had the track map up. That was going to be so crucial this evening. Corey Mitchell hot on Craig's bumper, waiting for that green flag or the sound of that tailpipe to go. The pace car is heading in. We're waiting on Craig now. And we are green flag out there. I don't know if it's green flag. It looks red to me. But we're out there racing. And the whole field fans out into this big, long turn one. It is a 180. Craig maintains that position. Adam Baltutis loses out to two positions on the outside. I thought that outside would be a little hairy. Oh, and there's some action just ahead. This guy's being taken out early. Michael Johnson up to second place ahead of Corey Mitchell. He's hunting down the lead at the moment. Adam Baltutis in the blue is dropped down to fourth place from second. And yeah, that initial racing line looking very handy. Oh, and there is a big pile up here. Oh, it is not pretty. It is not pretty. These guys got to look out. Everybody needs to slow down with these yellow flags ahead of them. Let's go back a little bit, see what had happened back there. Oh, and as they come off, they're all just, it was not pretty to say the least. Back live. Craig Ream has gotten himself a handy little gap there. It's 2 seconds to Corey Mitchell. Oh, something has happened to Michael Johnson down in 13th place at the moment. We're gonna have to show that one. Here he is riding in second place at the moment. Oh, and Corey just gives him the little tap. And then Adam Baltutis gives Corey the little hurry up. Currently, Corey in third place behind Adam, being hunted down by Tommy Regan. There's Doug Dissett in the green just behind them, Mountain Dew Machine. Dustin Burkhalter still working his way through the pack. He's up 4 so far. Mason Smotherman up 13 after just hauling through the traffic and just getting by everybody. Some people like Chase Gore, Eddie Lapise Jr. not having a great time out there. Got caught up early, I think, and not much to his race after that. As Eddie, Jimmy, Ruben Vykoff, and Kent are out of this race. We have 4 guys in the pits at the moment. There's Dustin Burkhalter going around the outside. I was thinking earlier today that this is not going to be a great track for passing around the outside. This is some of these really tight corners, but he is making it happen. Oh, John Miller. Oh, sorry, that was Doug Dissett getting a little squirrely as he dips into the grass. Corey has a little bit of nose damage from that incident with, Michael Johnson down in 13th. This is Tommy Regan making that outside line work almost. He can't catch the car and slow it down in time. But we'll see how long Corey's able to hold on to this one for. Riding on board with Mason Smotherman here. Oh, sorry, Michael Johnson. He wants to take advantage of every little mistake that these guys are making out there. Not able to get ahead of Bjorn at the moment. He knows he has to climb up the field again. But 2 laps later, and he has not made up any of those positions. Chase still out on track after that early incident. Andres Garcia also rejoins. John Spicer heads out of the pits. Got all the mirrors now. This car's taking all sorts of lines just ahead of him here. There's Bjorn Benches and Michael Johnson goes off track and he loses one. There's Troy and Bjorn getting a 2-for-1 there. Both getting by those two cars. Troy with an excellent exit from the final turn. He's getting a good slipstream down the straights here. He should have this one done on the inside. Oh. Just plays with Bjorn a little bit there. Tommy Regan holding off Doug Doucette for a moment. Corey Mitchell has pulled up the road a little bit. Adam Baltudis is also going to weigh in. Craig Ream with a whopping 2-second lead up top. Troy Banks is by Bjorn here. And that's Mason Smotherman leading Dustin Burkhalter and Moaz John Muhammad. Catching right back up to Corey Mitchell there. Lost quite a few tenths on this lap. Back to this great little midfield pack here. It's about 7th to 12th. Ooh. And there's Moaz on the inside of Dustin Burkhalter there. I think he's going to get this move done. Oh, Dustin getting a little squirrely there. Has to go a little wide. Moaz has his own issues ahead. We are just waiting to see him. Oh, that was not so pretty at the very end there. I thought he was going to have that move done. Let's go see what had happened. Oh, and he is forced to go to the pits. Oh, he's onto the grass there early and just locks up, cuts across, gets his suspension broken, heads back to the pits. That was unfortunate as that battle was looking fantastic and brewing over there. And that's Tommy Regan, and then Corey Mitchell has found himself some space. There's Tommy Regan, and Doug had an issue. Doug heading in hot. Hits the brakes, lets him back on the track, but Vincent Woods like, let me get up in here, and the battle for 4th is on. Michael Johnson with the move. And the overtakes at turn 1 proving to be very effective. It's all about that final exit onto the pit straight and then getting the slipstream and trying to get over to the inside line. I wonder if just defending that right-hand side for your life is the way to go there. Strange we don't have Kent Kruger with us this evening. He usually loves the MX-5s. Never one to miss. Tommy Regan holding them off for the time being. Doug Doucette around this tricky left-hander. Oh. It's so brave not to lift through there, and there's so many ways that could go wrong. You must get it right. With all the elevation changes and the change in heave on your car. Doug taking a lot of curb there. Doug seems to have a lot more control on the brake, just being a little bit later on them. Oh, Tommy getting a little rough exit there. These guys just staying in shouting distance of Corey Mitchell as they can see him exit turns ahead. See if Vincent Wood is going to have a look here. He is. He's getting side by side with him. He's going to sneak down the inside. Oh, and Doug's thinking about it too. He's going to follow him right through that inside line. It's going to be so deadly there. Tommy trying to get back side by side with him. He's getting a little out of shape doing it. So is Vincent though, and Doug is just trying to find his spot through. When these mistakes start to pile up a little bit. Back in the field, Mason Smotherman leading Bjorn Benches and Troy Banks. Chase and John Spicer going back at it after exiting the pits. And after his toe and pit, Moaz is also back out there. You see him pulling out in the background. He's 2.6 behind him at the moment. So he will have a race to be had. So that is good for him. Troy Banks not able to get back by Bjorn Benches. Oh, he's getting side by side with him almost there now. I think that poor mirror has just been hanging off Bjorn's car all race. Troy Banks trying to push the issue into this awkward little hairpin thingy. He's in the wrong gear for the exit. He had to take it tight. You need to be in second gear for that one. But he makes it out back in line. Around the final turn we go. Getting a great exit there, see, by not cutting it too tight and scrubbing those tires. Oh, he has to get out of it because instead of going 3 wide, he decides to get back in line. He should probably try to follow Bjorn through if he gets the inside here. Great racing from these guys so far. Oh, on the outside of turn 3, he might just have Bjorn here on the inside of turn 4. Oh, he's going to have to tuck back in line. He was so close to having the inside there on Bjorn. Valerio Asensio leads Mark Bray here. That's Terry Swan, just 1.5 back behind these guys. Oh, and it appears Tommy Regan has had a spill here. Let's see what happened. It might have just been a little tap from Doug again. It was, and he waits for him yet again for another one as Vincent Wood is able to scoot down the road. This battle still as you were. And it's Mark Bray hunting down Valerio Asensio, followed by Terry Swan in the background there, missing pretty much his entire engine bay. Impressive. Richard Swindell's coming up in 16th place here. Joseph Mayer just behind him after his early drama. Andres Garcia 4 and a bit back behind them. Andrew Dirks finds himself all the way back in 19 at the moment. Chase also getting caught up in all the drama. Finds himself in 20th at the moment, dropping 11 places. And since they waited up, it looks like Michael Johnson has slotted in between Tommy and Doug here. Dustin Burkhalter's caught up to the rear bumper of Mr. Gisette. And he has got to stop tapping the rear end of Tommy. He is losing places because of it. Here comes Dustin on him. Battle here for 9th, just looking fantastic. Here's a look from Troy, trying to get the best launch possible out of here. He's a lot closer this time, so is Bjorn. They might get it done on the straights. Troy has to get out of it early. Bjorn decides not to go for it, gets real squirrely, scaring everybody. Troy's going around the outside. He's not going to get it this time. And they're doing another lap as you were. Man, I'll tell you, I had the worst race today. Been having some sort of weird network issues lately. 40 minutes at Spa. So in the GT3, second place. All of a sudden, my relative screen just goes blank. And I knew it. I was going around Blanchimont, and then the whole thing disconnected. And I was on the last lap. I was probably 15 seconds from finishing the lap. Only had 7X. It was gonna be a good race for moi. And Mason doesn't look incredibly confident under the first bit of braking there into turn one. He's pushing himself really far, right on the edge. Bjorn to the inside. Oh, and they almost touch Mason onto the curbing. He's going to pull back ahead. Bjorn's going to have to settle for second place in this little battle going on. And they are not giving each other an inch. I reckon next time down the straights we're going to have quite a battle. I imagine they're going to go 3 wide through there. Here's Troy to the outside. And Troy just making a nuisance of himself, and there's Bjorn going to the inside and getting the move maybe done. Mason fights back with all that speed there. He's going to have the inside line to this next left-hander here. Troy on the inside of Bjorn, trying to make up at least one position. And Bjorn has to tuck in behind him. Very patient from Troy Banks. He's into the top 10. Here we are onto the pit straights. Troy getting an excellent launch down the pit straights, and he's going to have it into turn one. I don't exactly know what happened there. He seemed to outbrake himself very early and just give one up to Bjorn. I don't know what's going on here. Bjorn messes up and gives it right back to him. He has a little off track of his own and gives that position up immediately. That's Valerie going a little bit wide there. That's Michael Johnson, followed by Tommy Regan and Douglas Doucette. Oof. So that's and for the third time this evening, these two touch together. Dustin not able to complete that move on Tommy. I thought he was going to have him last lap. It's Joseph Mayer tracking down Terry Swan there, dipping the wheel into the gravel. He's just missing his whole engine up there, ain't he? Surprised he's very fast on the straights at all. Joseph taking to the inside. Nobody's defending to the inside like we saw so much at Indy. Oh, and that's Andres Garcia decides to get real deep in there and see what he can't do. Did a lovely job of mixing things up for himself. Bjorn back ahead of Troy. He's not able to get past Mason. Hi, Craig. How's it going? You're out top? Hey. Yep. Adam Baltudis running in second place. After dropping to fourth on the opening lap, he gets back up to second. Corey Mitchell here, 8 seconds back already after his early fights. Vincent Wood, just by happenstance, found himself in fourth, and he's got a 5-second gap down to Michael Johnson. Tommy Regan, after that little kiss from Doug, is 2.5 back and possibly getting passed by Dustin Burkhalter here. And Mason's rear end looks all sorts of out of shape when he gets into braking there for turn one. Maybe he is just so aggressive and somehow so in control of it as well with those brakes, but it did not work out for him this lap as Bjorn benches up to 8th place. Mason Smotherman is in 9th and Troy Banks in 10th. Doug Doucette is out of the race after coming to too many blows with Tommy Regan. He decides to park it. Joseph Mayer trying to get past Mark Bray there, and there's Andres Garcia in the background as well. Trying to get a bite at the cherry. And he's just going to have to wait his turn as Joseph Mayer is blocking off, trying to make that move on Mark. But Andres doesn't care. He's going to be as opportunistic as possible. And again, these two go drag racing down the pit straight. And going racing side by side. Tommy still got it. Oh, and Joseph Mayer with a big spin. Oh. And just at the same time, Andres Garcia here getting by Mark Bray after a little shove out of the way, saying, you go to the outside. He's going to spin. I'm going to get the twofer and the same little corkscrew. Bjorn benches here, now leading from Troy Banks, who's gotten himself by Mason Smotherman. Bjorn is out. Is that little off track Bjorn just had? He got kicked. Oh no, there he is on track. Bjorn Bjorn blinks sometimes. Might be something with me, might be something with him. I'm going with something with him. 31 minutes on the clock already. There's action been happening all over, and I love to see it. I am extremely entertained and distracted. So around the final 9 minutes of racing here. Bjorn holding on to 8th. Tommy holding on to 6th position at the moment. Dustin Burkhalter has tried this move about 3 or 4 times here. He just does not make up enough on the straights, it seems, to have a genuine look in there. I would say about 0.3 is as far behind as you can be in these cars on this straight. Troy's got it under a 10th here. He's got a nose in front. And he gets that move done. Bjorn settling for 9th at the moment. I like Bjorn's paint jobs too. You can never tell like how crumpled the bodywork is. There he disconnects for a second, plops back down, and that mirror is just wobbling out there. Terry Swan now fighting with Mark Bray. Just behind them, it's Richard Swindells and Joseph Mayer after his spin. Troy Banks pulling away a little bit. Dustin still hounding Tommy out there. Pulling up to the back of Valerie. That's Andrew Rasmussen going around the outside of John Spicer. Terry Swan just holding on. Andrew Dirks still can't get by Valerie. Joseph Mayer to the outside. And that's Mark Bray, who's able to pull away from this pack just in the foreground there. And Joseph Mayer gets a little kick. Able to hold on to it, though, very well. Andres Garcia to the inside of Bryce Carter there. Something has happened to Troy Banks as he loses those 2 positions that he worked so hard for. I don't know what's going on. Maybe Troy just likes the hunt. He just likes the chase. Andrew to the inside of Valerie here, and she's just going to let him roll away with that one. Joseph Mayer has caught right up to Mark Bray and left those guys behind him. Mason now under pressure from Troy Banks. Two and a half on the board in our first race here at Zandvoort. Don't forget, Tuesdays will be the GTE GT4 class. And then I think on Wednesday we're going to do the GT1s and the GT3s. Troy is closing on Mason, but it's not going to do it this time. Oh, and he gets really out of shape there. Troy says, maybe I will, and he goes to the inside. He's not going to have him into turn 2 here, though. Mark does defend that inside. Let's see if it works out for him. Joseph giving him a very generous amount of room on the inside there. Mark pulls out of it a little premature. I think he could have had something there. Tommy still holding off Dustin. Mason about to push Bjorn off the track here. Oh! Troy to the very far inside. But Mason tends to have some traction somehow around the outside of that turn and onto the inside of this turn. He should have enough traction to hold Troy off for a moment. Losing a little bit of time to Bjorn ahead. Terry Swan now on Mark Bray. Whoa. Tags Mark Bray, but they get out of it. Terry trying to get the cutback to the inside after sending Mark a little wide. Dustin trying to get side by side. He cannot slip his nose in there. We are out of race time at the moment, waiting for our leader to come across the line and finish up for us. And that is Craig Ream coming across the line for you to take that big win. It's going to be Adam in second place there, who comes across for second. Corey Mitchell in third, and Vincent Wood finds himself in fourth this evening. Well done to those racers out there. Those last little battles to wrap up here is Mason Smotherman, who is not able to get close enough to Bjorn Benches on the dying turns of that last lap. Still have a few good battles, actually. Richard Swindells trying to stay with Joseph here. It's Bryce Carter getting hounded by Joseph Mayer, who gets to the inside of the final turns. He's going to take it just away from him as he dips it into the grass. Poor Bryce Carter. Richard Swindells trying to get the slipstream down the straight, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to settle for 15th place as Mark Bray comes across the line in 14th. And good Lord, please give me some readable race results this evening. Here are your podium sitters of Mark Bray, Adam Baltutis, and Corey Mitchell, except that is not Corey Mitchell, that is Michael Johnson sitting there. Andres Garcia getting himself by. Oh, and some race results. That's Craig Ream from pole to the finish there. Adam Baltutis retains second place. Corey Mitchell takes third, and that's going to be Vincent Wood in fourth. Michael Johnson in fifth. Tommy Regan, Dustin Burkhalter, Bjorn Benches, Mason Smotherman, and then Troy Banks comes home in 10th. Andres Garcia, Joseph Mayer, Bryce Carter loses out just to him at the death. Mark Bray, Richard Swindells, Andrew Dirks, Valerie Arsencio, Chase Gore, and then we have Valerie Arsencio, Chase Gore, Terry Swan, Moaz, John Muhammad, Andrew Rasmussen, and John Spicer are our finishers out there. Everybody else was a D and F. Fortunately, we don't have the double week points out there for you yet, but we should have that by week 3 when we get here. It's very hard to do unless we are live with you. As always, make sure you hit that thumbs down on this terrible stream. Never subscribe to this terrible channel. Make sure you hit that little bell button an even number of times. Thanks for joining us here at Zandvoort for our opener of round 2. Of course, we'll be back on Tuesday and Wednesday, I believe, but make sure you hit the Facebook page, hit that website, and make sure for that race. We will see you all next time. Take it easy, everybody.